And hi, Casey Colgan. How are you?
Andrea, I miss you so much.
I miss you so much. Thank you for this Quarantini time with you. Quarantini with Casey.
I know. It has been a big martini for Casey.
one big long martini for Casey.
It's one big 2-month happy hour.
I know. Crazy time. Why haven't we done this sooner?
I know, we should. We should do it once a week.
What are you sipping there?
I'm having, this is a watermelon martini that I've made with actual watermelon chunks. And where'd it go? Oh, I have like watermelon water. Do you know that vitamin water that's watermelon?
Yeah,
so it's actually good for you.
Paleo.
It's paleo and it's good for you. And then, of course, Tito.
Of course. Thank you for doing this.
I know. How are you?
Good, honey. How are you? How are you doing?
It's actually, you know, my life is so crazy all the time that this has actually been a nice breather. I hate saying that because I know that people do want to get out, and I would love to get out. I'd love to be at the beach or be by the pool or whatnot. And I have quarantined for 73 days now. And I do step out 3 times a day to walk the dogs, and go to my once a week trip to the grocery store where, you know, and all the time I'm wearing, you know, a face mask and everything.
Good for you.
Safe. The most decadent thing that I did was I went to Arriba.
Your favorite.
They were serving margaritas at the door, frozen margaritas. And and I walked up to the window or the door. They were like, they missed me because, you know, I go there every Monday. And they handed me a big old to-go cup, and everyone is wearing a mask and sticking their straw underneath their mask, walking up and down 9th Avenue. And it's kind of fun, and everybody keeps their distance, and everybody waves at each other. And if you see someone you know, you stand 6 feet apart.
We do need, though, Casey, are the masks with the straw hole. Have you seen those? I'm going to find one for you and order it.
Will you? And maybe like, you know, like some cool design on it. You know?
Okay. A logo.
Yeah. Like Art Center.
That's next. The Art Center mask is probably coming to a theater near you.
You know, I think it's a great idea. And if it helps people feel more comfortable.
That's right.
Being, close to an audience member or actors singing and acting on stage, then why not?
Absolutely. You know? And we're going to do everything we can to make sure when we are back all together and enjoying live theater, it's going to be as safe as possible for everybody.
And I know that because that's how the Art Center works.
Yep. So what were you doing this time last year?
Well, I'm going to tear up. A chorus line in Hilton Head with that gorgeous cast, and what a talent they were. And gosh, standing ovations every single night. And it brought so many memories back to, you know, my life. In fact, I was just on the phone with, right before I got on with you, and the girl that I toured with in Europe in a chorus line who played Sheila in Europe called me and said, wait, now how does the boys ballet go? I'm teaching it online tomorrow. And I'm like going, okay, after my Quarantini with Andrea. So after that, I'm working.
After that, can you take that? We want to see it.
Yeah, we're going to powwow and relook at all of the chorus line choreography.
Oh, I love that, Casey. That's so great. And then right now, we would be starting to get ready for Footloose this year. And you were so sweet. I want to tell everybody, because when we had to make the hard, difficult, but inevitable decision to cancel Footloose for everyone's safety, patrons, artists, volunteers, staff, you sent the most lovely email. Oh my God, it can make me cry thinking about it. It literally had a paragraph for everyone in the cast, the Art Center staff. I mean, it was just so beautiful and showed how much the show meant to you and how much the Art Center means to you, and how much you mean to us is reciprocated. You've been there from the beginning, and you know, we're going into our 25th anniversary season.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that.
Can you believe it? This fall, so September 1 starts the new year for us. and
Wow.
it's going to be.
And I started the very first show there.
That's what I was going to say. Tell us about it. What did you do in it? Tell us about it.
I actually was in while the building was being built, and I guess the building got done earlier than what they expected, and I had been in Europe for a year performing in a chorus line.
Like you do.
Yeah, and I was in Paris and whatnot, and I got a call and said, "We're opening early. We're doing Crazy for You, and we want you to be the role, play the lead role." And this, I had 18 costume changes. It's the biggest song and dance show I've ever done in my life, and it was harder to change costumes than it was actually to sing and dance all the things. There's so many pieces backstage. I had a personal dresser, but anyway, it was so exciting when that art center opened up, and it just all started from there. And I've been with the art center ever since, and it honestly is my second home. In fact, I've considered working at other theaters, and I mean, I've done a little bit of directing up here in New York and off Broadway and stuff, but in especially other regional theaters, I just said, why? I already have my regional theater that I like working at.
No, so, you're ours. Don't go anywhere else. You belong to us.
I know.
All right, and then we have some video questions from some really good friends.
Okay, I'm gonna take a sip first because
get ready. Get ready. These are some good questions. First up is a question from one of our favorite friends of yours, friends of the Art Center, Lynn Hummel, editor of Bluffton and Hilton Head Sun. All right, Lynn, take it away.
Hey, Casey, we miss you down here. So we know that you're a fabulous dancer and an amazing dance instructor. So we want to know, during this pandemic, have you been giving dance lessons for your neighbors from your balcony in New York City? And also, are you dancing while you're clanging pots and pans during the daily 7 p.m. healthcare worker salute?
I do. I hang out the window. I have a ladle that's metal, and then a little brass pan that I hang out the window, and I pound them together just to make noise, because I live actually catty corner from Mount Sinai Hospital. I live 2 blocks west of Columbus Circle. So all the nurses and doctors, and there's a switch over, and they come out at 7 o'clock, and I hang out the window and I bang. Wait, I have it right here.
Do it.
But I do it really loud.
Really loud. Good. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Lynn, for that question.
I love you, Lynn.
Love you, Lynn. Let's see who else we have. Okay, we have another video question. This time it is from WSAV's fabulous award-winning reporter, Andrew Davis. Andrew?
Hey, Casey, you've been involved with a lot of great shows out there, some of the best, but the question that I would have is, what's the worst one you've seen when it comes to flubs on stage? Somebody dropping something, missing something, tripping, whatever it may be. I'd like to hear about some of your favorites out there and what anybody can do after they happen to maybe pull it back together, or is it just a lost cause forever?
I have several. So some of them I can't even talk about because I don't think it would translate, but at the Art Center, I remember doing the producers, and I played Carmen Gia, and I had this all black outfit on, and I just did like a little stretch right before I went out for my first entrance, and my entire seam of my pants ripped out, and everything was exposed. So I was wearing dancer undergarment, which is different than underwear, which actually looks like you have no clothes on. But what I did was the little bit of fabric that was there, I like shoved between my cheeks, and I clenched my cheeks for the entire scene with my back to the audience. So I had to change all of the blocking so that I wouldn't expose my rear end to the audience, even though you could probably raise the price of the ticket, But that was one. When we did Cats, at the bow, I played Rum Tum Tugger at the Art Center, and I had this big, enormous cat mane, and for the bows, I kicked my head, and my boot pulled the wig off my head. So I all of a sudden was like
Uh-oh.
this rock star cat, and then all of a sudden I was bald.
A bald cat.
Yeah, bald cat.
You're a hairless cat.
The hairless cat.
I love it. Okay, you have another video question. This time it's from two of your favorite actors that you've done a bazillion shows with, Caitlin Mulatto and Blake Spellacy. Hi, Caitlin and Blake. Take it away.
Hi, Casey.
The three of us have done so many shows together, both in New York City and in Hilton Head.
Out of all the shows we've done together, which is your favorite show and why?
We love you.
We love you.
I love them too. They're like my babies. I've done like around 8 shows. I have to say that my I can't just pick one because they weren't always in the same show together. But I mean, you had to have loved Blake in Singing in the Rain.
Oh yeah.
Playing Cosmo, and as well as Great Big Stuff. What is it?
Dirty Rotten
Scoundrel.
Yes.
Yes, I loved him in both of those roles, but I do have to say my favorite show with Caitlin is Gypsy, and the reason is I don't know if you remember this, but like I live in New York, and once the show opens, I fly back to New York and I never see the show again. I flew back every single weekend to come see Gypsy, and that's the only time I've ever done that. Yeah. And Caitlin is the only, out of every production of Gypsy, is the only girl to dance, act, do scene per scene on point, in point shoes. And what made this little girl famous originally was that she danced on point at the age of 3. And no other production has her Dainty June dancing on point. So that's why she got the role, and little Rachel Stratton. And they shared the role because one was young and one was the old.
Yeah. I remember that. That's incredible. And that show means a lot to you. You want to tell us really quickly what it means to you?
Well, it does mean a lot. When I was young and I got my first leading part, I played Tulsa, and my mother played Mama Rose. And so that was probably one of the main reasons why I'm in this business. And because I was part of this fabulous production, and I still have a picture of her in my living room as Mama Rose, and it's huge. I do have to say another thing about the Art Center production. Nick danced that role better than I've ever seen it dance. Nick Thompson.
Yes.
And, he honestly might be the best Tulsa that has ever been cast. Right. So this was a show full of stars.
It really was.
Yep.
It really was.
Yep.
Okay, Casey. So are you ready for this? We're going to do a speed round of final questions with you before we let you go and work on choreography with someone. Okay, so you get 5 questions.
Okay.
50 seconds, 5-0, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to set my phone. You ready?
Okay.
And go. Favorite quarantine binge show?
I have 2. One is Medici, and the other one was Hollywood, because one of my students is one of the stars in it.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, favorite meal you've made at home or gotten takeout?
Tuna noodle casserole and meatloaf with crispy bacon on top.
Weirdest thing you've ordered online during quarantine?
Tide pods, Tide free pods.
Your dream show to direct?
What?
Dream show to direct?
Well, at the moment it's Footloose, but I know there has to be many, many more.
Well, that's a good answer. Favorite line you said on stage and acted out?
Well, actually, I don't know how I turned out as heavenly as I did.
Just in time.
And
Perfect.
Do you know what that line is from?
What's that from?
It's from a chorus line.
Oh, right.
I played Bobby.
Yes, Bobby said that. That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Gosh. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yay. Well, we can't wait to have you back down here soon, and it's not going to be too terribly much longer. And
I hope so.
We love you dearly.
Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the Art Center family.
I miss you. I miss the Art Center. I miss everybody at the Art Center, and I just miss the Hilton Head vibe.
We miss you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Alrighty.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.